Hello, my dear friend. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, based on whichever time or location you're signing up from. So, today I'm gonna talk about something very sensitive, something which is a very prevalent issue in the society currently, something you will definitely resonate with. So, if you're the one who is going through some relationship issues or marriage issues or struggling to deal with your partner, this video is for you. So, stay tuned till the end of this session or end of this call. So, let's talk about what are the major factors that creates relationship issues, that are the main reasons any marriage is going through its sour phase. To name a few, to name the major issues that contribute to this, let's say one is communication issues. Communication is a very big topic in its own when it comes to intimate relationships or when it comes to couples. Communication happens in so many ways, and there are so many factors that contribute to a healthy communication versus a communication which leads to a gap between the couples, which can ultimately lead to separation or divorce. Communication includes the way you are talking to your partner. For example, whether you're using the I statement or the you statement for the blame purposes, whether you are really doing active listening to your partner, whether you are empathizing or sympathizing with your partner, his or her life challenges. But there are some other major factors as well, which we will maybe talk about in a little bit. That's one factor, communication. Second factor is the trust issues has become a very big reason these days because of the various societal constructs or the way society is advancing. Another factor is external factors, you can say. For example, in between these two couples or in their marriage, relatives, friends, family plays a major role or interfering role as well. So that can also lead to some issues in the couple. Another one is financial stresses that a couple might be going through. Now in this current era, it has become very expensive to live, for your child education, and for medical health purposes, for medical expenses. So yes, definitely finances can become a stressing point between the couples. One more factor is the sexual compatibility, or how much sexually attract to your partner, and that can also lead to divorces or separation between the couples these days. The stressful life that we are going through these days, the work pressure that we have, that can lead to some sort of sexual incompatibility or not having any interest in that aspect, and that plays a major role in relationships minded. So these are some of the big factors that lead to roughness in the marriage or relationship. There are many more other factors possible, but yes, these are the ones that I wanted to talk about or just cover in this video. Now, to go deeper into each of these aspects, it's not possible in just one video. It won't be justified to cover all these in depth in just one video. That will become a very long one. So I decided to pick just one topic today, and in that also one specific factor, and we can go deep dive into it and understand a very interesting aspect into relationships. And that's where I want to talk about communication issues. Now, as I talked a little bit earlier, that communication has many different aspects and factors in it, which we just discussed. But now at this point of time, I want to talk about one very interesting aspect or factor, I would say. To cover that, let me start with an example here. Let's say suddenly your partner starts talking to you in some foreign language, let's say German here, assuming that your partner and you doesn't know German. So that's where I'm taking this example. Now suddenly your partner starts talking in German and you speak Hindi, English, or any other language. Will you be ever able to communicate with your partner when he or she is just speaking German and you speak another language? Have a consensus or anything? Will you be able to move ahead in your relationship with that? No, right? Communication is very important aspect. But here, I want to bring an interesting factor here. In couples, these verbal languages or these scripted languages doesn't play much role when it comes to expressing your love to the other person. Between couples, there is something called love languages that comes into play. Love languages is a concept that is developed in the field of psychology after observing maybe decades and decades of research and observing how relationships are happening happening, how they are building, how they are evolving. So love language, if I give a definition to it, it's the way you express your love to your partner. And the same goes for your partner. The way your partner is expressing her or his love towards you defines that love language. Now, love language in the field of psychology is classified into 5 major definitions or 5 major different love languages. To list them, one is act of service. Means for a person who has this love language, act of service, for him doing chores, helping your partner in like household chores or outside activities, or some sort of, you made a to-do list for your partner, or in their job something is required, like for example a PPT needs to be presented tomorrow and your partner is not prepared yet. You doing that kind of help where you're helping your partner to prepare that PPT is your way of expressing love. That's what is called act of service. That is one language. Second one is physical touch. I don't think I need to give a definition to it, but it doesn't just involve your sexual aspect to it. Physical touch can be as soft as holding the hands of your partner, carousing their hair, something like that. This is the second language. Third language is offering gifts, giving gifts to your partner. Your partner feels loved when she or he is receiving a lot of gifts from you. That's what is this third language. Fourth language can be quality time. Your partner or you needs exclusive time with your partner where none of the factors like household chores, relatives, friends, they are not part of it. You are having that communication solely with your partner, leaving the world aside. That's what is defined as quality time. And the fifth one is words of affirmation. Means you are the person who needs acknowledgements, words for whatever you are doing. If you did, for example, cook food for your partner, you need that words of affirmation that, oh honey, you made such an awesome meal for me, thank you, you love me so much. Or repeatedly saying in words to your partner that you love your partner. That's what words of affirmation. You are continuously telling your partner that you love her, you love him. That's what make them feel love. That's the fifth love language. Now, these are the languages, but it's not like a person has just one language for expressing love or for receiving love. Any person on this planet has all these 5 aspects or 5 languages using which they express their love or receive love or feel love from their partner. But you know what happens is there is one dominant aspect that defines the love language of the person. Every person will have some percentage of each of the 5 love languages, but one of them will be the predominant one or dominant one. Now what happens is, let me give you a real life scenario maybe about you yourself. Have you ever experienced that you are trying hard to show love to your partner? You are doing everything possible. Maybe it is you are doing some chores for the person, you are giving them gifts, you are spending quality time with them, you are physically available for them, but somehow that kind of love is not getting received by your partner. Somehow the partner is not at all feeling loved from you. Somehow they are totally unsatisfied with your attempt. Or maybe the same goes the other way. Your partner is doing everything to show their love towards you. They are doing every possible thing that as per their understanding, but somehow it's not getting received by you. Somehow you're not feeling that happiness or that warmth that you should have. Can you relate to this situation? This is what love language is all about. You don't know yourself maybe, or you have not explored this dimension about yourself, and your partner also doesn't know, but subconsciously you have a predominant or dominant love language. Now your partner, the way she or he is expressing love to you or doing things for you, that might not be your love language, dominant love language. That might be the dominant love language of your partner. And when now two partners have different love languages and they are not aware of it explicitly or implicitly, that creates a gap between the two individuals. They have all the right intention of making this relationship work. They have all the right intention to love you the way you want it or the way they are trying to make you feel love. But there comes this gap when they don't understand, or when the couples don't understand that the way you are expressing love is not at all received by the other person, because they don't have that as their language. A lot of people have quality time as their love language. They don't want any gifts. They don't want help in their chores. They can do on their own. They just want to spend quality time with you. But you, on the other hand, thinks that giving gift to your partner or doing some chores, helping them in their work, helping them in their personal life on some task, you feel that can make them feel loved. You are putting so much effort in it, but no, the other person is not receiving it. Can you relate to this situation? Can you understand now where is this gap coming from, even though you have the right intention? So this is the topic I wanted to talk about. Love languages is not explicitly known to public or known to couples, or is not being discussed maybe in the normal general social media platforms or the place where you spend more time at. In the field of psychology, in those psychological books, you might find this topic. But what I want to suggest at the end of this video is explore this topic a little bit. Understand that what love languages is. Understand what is the dominant love language of your partner. How will you understand? Observing from the historical data, from the different data points. Observing your partner from now on, that by doing which kind of thing they are feeling more love. And you will be confused also in between, because every person contains all these 5 languages. The percentages of these things is different in each individual. You will take some time to understand it, but when you understand it, you will know how to express your love to the other person. Because one thing, when you're loving someone, that means you are 100% understanding your partner or loving them the way they are. So to express your love also, you have to understand their love language and show your love in that way. And the same goes for the other part. They will also have to understand this topic. They will also have to understand your dominant love language. And there will be a situation when both of these partners are aware of this and they are putting their efforts to show the love as per their partner's love language. Things will start to get smoothened. Your gap between the two of you will start bridge down or narrow down. You will start to feel the love and warmth towards your partner the way it used to happen in the initial phase of your marriage. So I hope you like this topic. I hope it gives you some insight into why your marriage is not working the way you have expected and envisioned it before. I'll come up with another interesting topic in the next session, in the next video. Till then, it's my wish and my blessing that you live a life to your full potential, live a happier life, and you live with your partner the way you wanted to love, the way you really envision to live with your partner. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.